Hey everyone, this is Nadeem and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this lecture, we will generalize the concept of prefixes in the physics. Prefix is the words which is used before the other word. So similarly, in daily life, we use some words before the system international units. For example, we use kilometer. So here, this meter is the system international unit, and this kilo is used before that system international unit. So this kilo is called prefix. And similarly, we use a milliliter. That I drank 250 milliliter juice. So here, this liter is actually the unit of the unit of that volume. Okay, and then what about this milli? This milli is actually the word which is used before this unit. So we call this milli as a prefix. And similarly, we say that in my mobile there is 16 GB RAM. 16 GB RAM. So here B is the the unit of the storage, which is called the bytes or bits. And similarly, before that unit we use some other word. So bytes is the unit of the storage, and before this unit we use giga. This giga is actually prefix, and we use many prefixes with the units in the physics. So similarly, the thickness of the single human hair is around 100,000 nanometers. So here 100,000 is the number. We know about this. This meter is the SI unit of the length. And what about this nano? Nano is the word which is used before this SI unit. We call this nano as a prefix. And you may hear about that the DIN produce 8,000 kilowatts, or let's suppose we let's say we say that the power of this electricity is 5 kilowatts. The DIN produce 8,000 megawatts. Okay. Then here 1000 is the number. We know about it. What is the unit of the power? And then what about this mega? Mega is called the prefix which is used before the unit. Okay, we will discuss this in more detail. Similarly, we use centimeters and millimeters. We know that meter is the unit of the length. Okay, this is a unit of the length. Then what about this centi? Centi is actually prefix, which is used before the unit. And similarly, milli is also the prefix before which is used before the meter, and meter is the SI unit. Okay. And similarly, the width of the red blood cell in our body is about 7 micrometer. So here, this 7 is the number. It's okay. This meter is the unit of the length. There is a unit of the length. Then what about this micro? Micro is the prefix here. Now we will know that what does mean by this prefix kilo here. What represent this milli, mega, giga, tera, and similarly the kilo and mega. And similarly, the centimeter, centi and milli here, this micro here. What does these words, these prefixes represent us? So, in your book, in this topic, there must be some table present here. Must be some table. So, I'm using that same table. So, in that table, these words will be present, which is used before these units. So here, before this unit, the word kilo is present. So you will find the word kilo in this table, which is present in your book. So here, the word kilo is present here. So kilo, and it is represented by K. So here it is represented by K, and its value will be 10 power 3. So if someone say that have our home from the school is about 12 kilometer, about 12 kilometer, then what does mean by this here? So here we will write 12. It's okay, this is the number, and meter is the unit of the length, and instead of this kilo we will search here. Here the kilo is equal to 10 power 3. So here we will write 10 power 3, and this is equal to 12, and this is actually the scientific notation we discussed in the previous video. So the scientific notation we convert into the regular form is it will be equal to 12,000, and this is meter. So the 12 kilometer mean that 12,000 meter. Here this kilo represent the thousand. This kilo represent the thousand. And you may hear that the rice, the mass of the rice is 1 kg. 1 kg. So for that, let's say 1 kg. 1 kg. Here 1 is the number, gram is the unit. Then what about K? So in this table, K is equal to 10 power 3. So it means that 1 and multiply 10 power 3 and gram G. And 10 power 3, this scientific notation we convert into regular form, and the process of this we discussed in the previous video. So here 1 and these 3 zeros for 10 power 3, and this is G. So 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram. 1000 gram. And similarly, you may hear about the milliliter. Milliliter in everyday drinks. And that if someone say that I drink 250 milliliter juice, then what does mean by this? So here 250 is the number, and milli, and here the liter is the unit. Then what about the milli? So you will search that inside this table. Here the milli is present here, this, and the value of the milli is 10 power minus 3. So here we will put instead of this milli 10 power minus 3. And this is the scientific notation, and in the regular form we will write that. So here the point is present here. This is the first step, second step, and this is the third step. So it becomes 0.25 liter. So 250 milliliter is equal to 0.25 liter. And here megabytes, gigabytes, and terabyte, what does mean by this? You may hear about that in my phone there is 16 GB RAM. 16 GB RAM. So here this 16 is actually the number. We know about this. This B represent the bytes, which are the units of the storage. Then what about this giga? So this giga is actually prefix, and we will search in this here in giga. So here this giga is represented by G, and the value of G is 10 power 9. So here we will write that 10 power 9. It means that 16 GB is equal to 16 with the 9 zeros. 16 with 9 zero and bytes. And here what about the megabytes? Megabytes. So let's say 16 megabytes will be equal to 16, and this mega we will search for the mega here. So where is the mega? Mega is present here. Mega is represented by M, and here we represent that by M, capital M, and its value is equal to 10 power 6. So here instead of this mega we write 10 power 6 and this is B. B is the unit, B is called bytes and which is the unit of the storage. And similarly for terabytes. Um, so if someone say that I have 16 terabytes and which is very high value. So here this 16, you will write this 16 and instead of this tera, you will write which, so you will search here. Tera is present here. This tera is represented by capital T and its value 10 power 12. So multiply 10 power 12 and this B is come in its own position. And similarly, for the thickness of a single human hair is about 100,000 nanometer. So here we know about 100,000. We know about this number. And we also know about the meter, which is the unit of the length. Then what about this nano? Nano is actually prefix and that will present here. So it will have some specific value, the constant and standard value for this. So nano, the value of nano is, this is represented by small n. So here this is the small n which is present before the unit of the SI unit, and its value is 10 power minus 9. So here this is 100,000 and instead of this nano we will use 10 power minus 9 and this meter is come in its own position. So 100,000 nanometer mean that as we discussed in the previous video that we will take 9 steps from here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay, the points is now here. So this will be equal to so for this we will write zeros. So here it become equal to 0.3 zeros and 1 meter. So 100,000 nanometer is equal to 0.0001 meter. And similarly, kilowatts and megawatts in electricity. You may hear about these that the dam produce. Let's say a dam produce about 4,000 and 888 megawatts. So here this is the number, this watt is the unit of the power, and then what about this mega, this capital M? So you will search here, where is the capital M? So this is the M, capital M, and it must have some value here. So that is equal to 10 power 6. So you will put that here. So 4, 8, 8, and again 8, multiply 10 power minus 6, and this then watt is the unit of power. So 4,888 megawatt is equal to this much watt. So you can find this from here. You will take 6 steps in the left side. So this is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and this is the sixth, and the point is now present here. So for this we can write that this is equal to 0.12. So for this we will put 2 zeros. So 2 zeros and 4,888 and watt. So 4,888 megawatt is equal to 0.004888 watt. And similarly, if someone asks, someone say that this motor produce, this generator produce 5 kilowatts. So here 5 is the number and kilo is present here. So kilo is about 10 power 3. So here is the kilo, which is equal to 10 power 3 multiply 10 power 3 and watt. And similarly, what about the centimeter? You use in the ruler 8.5 centimeter. Then it will, so here, this 8.5 is the number, okay? And this meter is the unit of the length. Then what about this centi? So you will search here for the centi. So centi. So here the centi is equal to 10 power minus 2. So this is equal to 10 power minus 2. 8.5 multiplied 10 raised to the power minus 2 meter is equal to this. So this is equal to this. So in regular form, you will take two steps towards the left. This is the first and this is the second step. Now this become equal to 0.085 meter. Okay. And similarly in millimeter, let's say 1 millimeter meter is equal to, here 1 is the number, meter is the unit, and milli is present here, which is equal to 10 power minus 3, and this is equal to 0.001 meter. And similarly, the width of the red blood cell is about 7 micrometers. Okay. The last thing here is that the width of the red blood cell is 7 micrometer. Then what does mean by that? So here is its explanation. So 7 micrometer is equal to, 7 is the number, meter is the unit, and here this micro will be present here. So this is the symbol of the micro, this is the name of the micro, and this is the value of the micro, which is equal to 10 power minus 6. So here I will put 10 power minus 6. So 7 micrometer is equal to 7 multiplied 10 power minus 6 meter. Okay, so this was about the prefixes to the power of 10. Prefixes is actually the words which is used before the unit, and which is actually the multiplier for that unit. So here this is the multiplier for this unit. So similarly, here this is the multiplier for this unit. This value is actually the multiplier for this unit, and these prefixes are the multipliers per unit, and they have the specific names and that are standard throughout the scientific community. And there are this much prefixes standardized, and it has some table that must be present in your book in the topic of prefix. Okay, and we use this for our convenience, and we use this in our daily life. So this was the concept of prefix and the generalized and the in-depth intuition of the prefixes in physics. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.